We're back here on our program, Jones and Company, today, and speaking with the MP for Pinewood, Mr. Rahming. The aspirations of your people in Pinewood, the expectations, and you've been through the constituency, and I'm sure you are going to continue to learn the people as you move ahead. But as you know now, what do they want? What are the expectations of the majority of the people in Pinewood? Have you come to appreciate what they aspire to?
Yeah, actually, you know, the reality is the people in Pinewood, the good, the bad, the ugly, and indifferent, they are not unlike me. The voice of them may just simply be a phase that I may have overcome. You may call me a good guy now, but dig a little deeper. The best of them may be something that I subscribe to and aspire for. My life is simple, you know. I'm going to treat you the way I expect to be treated. I don't like people BSing me, and I won't do it to them. I personally believe that I'd rather you be straight up with me. Let me use an example. If I need something and I come to you and you said, okay, Ruben, I got that. Check me Friday, it's Monday. Because I have faith in you, I may just, okay, relax and wait for you, and then you duck me on Friday. That causes problems and that disadvantage. I would rather, when you come on Monday, if I really don't have it on Monday, I'd tell you, bro, I don't have it. And I may find it on Wednesday and come back and surprise you. Than to build false expectations. I don't do it to people because I don't want it being done to me. What I had to do in Pinewood is what I always teach my people in leadership. You must define who you are, or people will define you. And so the first thing we had to do is define, and it was starting before election. If you want to call me a politician, okay, I'll tolerate it. But this is who this politician is. See, the expectation of our people has been negatively cultivated through history from politicians. They make it their duty to have container loads of ham to give everybody during Christmas. They make it their duty to pay for funerals and do all these different type things. They made themselves out to be gods, per se. They make things, they set unreasonable expectations. I don't intend to follow that.
But isn't that the culture that they have come to know, and isn't that the expectation of a good number of Bahamians, that the politician is supposed to take care of my needs? I am not working, so the politician should provide me with a job. Or I am not able to feed my family, I look to the politicians for some sustenance there. I am not, I have a crime problem in Pinewood. The politician is supposed to deal with that. Isn't that the expectation?
When your expectations cause you to have something you did not expect, then you have a problem. When you have a politician that you, or MP that you hire, and you give him $28,000 a year, and he comes from a place that he was making of his own multiple times that, and then you bring him in an environment where, for one, he's underpaid, and then on top of that, the needs through the traditional approach to politics require him to come out of pocket so much. And yeah, you take it and you enjoy it. Then you complain when they're doing a bank lane shuffle, when money is disappearing. You love him more when he does more. It was a container load of ham one Christmas, now it's 3 container load of ham. You don't care where you get it from. The same thing you do with a politician is the same problem you have with your crime in your house. Your son is in high school. What's he doing coming home with new watches and shoes every other day and saying, Mommy, here's $500. You working and don't have that kind of money. You see, when you remove accountability, when you expect one thing or the other, you are tolerating something else in your house. So now crime is at your door and you're blaming the politician, but the politician and your child that's committing that crime is all a prodigy of you. When you come to a politician, there is a legal job description. When you go and you work to whatever organization you work, there's a legal job description. The people who work here at Jones, when they come here, they don't expect at the end of the day a salary deduction saying to pay for Jones' bill, the light bill, or to pay for the water bill, or your salary. No, they don't own the station, they're paid their salary. A politician should not have to go out of his salary. Just like you, when you work to any other place, have to pay for the staff food and everything. No, that's not a part of it. Let's keep it professional, so that and professional don't mean unkind, you know. We are a hospitality industry. Tourism is our #1 industry. We make money off tourism. How we do that? We make it through smiles and quality service. You can give people service with a wonderful smile. I'm not trying to take the humanity out of it. I'm trying to bring the accountability. And the same accountability you measure to me, I want to let you know the same accountability will be measured back to you. So in our community, we bring reasonable expectations. And I've said this in my first presentation in the House, that when the system does not work for you, that's my job to champion. When a tap that should have been turned on by law, and it is a right unto you, and is being and you're not getting access to it, that is my job. When the system is broken and is not working for you, then it's my job to find a way to fix the system. However, it is not my task to make you drink. It is also my task to afford you the opportunity to say, this is available to you. Do you want to come? You find persons will call you sometimes and expect for you to do everything for them. First thing I'll ask is, did you try? How far are you? I've known things in history with politicians, people want to apply for things that they never even signed the application. The politician did the application, everything else. In some instances, like example in road traffic, people had franchises and didn't even know it was there because they forgot they asked a politician who went and did all the things. Listen, I'm not going to be an enabler because I'm looking for sustainability. Jones and Company and your company, JCN, went through ups and downs. And it's here successful. It's in better premises. It's functioning better. You know why? You had ownership stake. You realize this is my baby. I gotta fight for this. I gotta bring it down. If we have a country where only thing we do is give, 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 and there's not a sense of ownership and equity, we will not have sustainability. This is why right now we see people throw garbage all over the place. They'll take the garbage out of their yard and dump it in the back of your yard. It's because they don't see themselves as owners of a whole. They don't see themselves as owner of this little piece. We cannot help our Bahamian people until we inculcate in them that song, this land is my land, this land is your land. The same way we're talking about Dominica, we sing the song from Grand Bahama to Inagua. All that is ours. So when Grand Bahama hurt, we should feel it too. If we don't have a sense that this is my ocean, we'll be desensitized to the leakage of Clifton Pier. If you don't have a sense that, listen, the proceeds of our oceans is mine. You say when the fishermen saying they're being poachers out there, you say, that's not a problem. I work someplace else, so I don't worry about that. If we don't realize that the crime that happened in Blair is the same crime that will drift to Camp Road and drift into Fox Hill, if we don't see it as our problem, then we will never solve the problem. Government don't grow children. I've never seen a government that became pregnant and went through gestation at all. The people that are creating the problem are the people that are brought up in our homes, sir. So the short of what I want to bring to my community is a sense of ownership. I want to that when I leave, there is nothing that they say, oh, that Ruben give that. I want them to say, this is what we build. And when they do that, it's something that will last a long time.
And you want them to take personal responsibility for where they are, eh?
And they will. If I have to, as a parent, teaching a child to write, you hold their hand until they learn to move, they will. And what we're doing in Pinewood now is exactly that. We leading by example and we leading by motivational dreams.
That might be altruistic, but the reality is that there are some people who are hurting now. They want some jobs now.
Yes.
They want this crime problem in Pinewood to be dealt with now. And they believe that, oh, we voted for Ruben Rahming to deal with our problems right now. So what do you tell the young man on the block in Pinewood who wants a job? And he has it in his head that his representative is supposed to make that happen. What do you tell the old lady who's sitting on her porch? Well, you know, that you can't sit on your porch because, you know, there might be a fella passing by who would hurt you. And she wants the crime problem to be sorted out now. What do you tell them?
Oh, that's very, very simple. I tell them what they know. We need to stop disrespecting people and talking down to people. And we need to show people what they're looking at. Young man come, like you said, oh, I want a job. Let me take a look. How many persons you have employed now?
Right here?
Period.
About 50 odd.
But 50. One man got 50 people employed. And I'm sure you agree with me, despite the experience and all the great things you've achieved, you're no better than anybody else. If they applied themselves, they can do what you did. I need to shake that young man. I'm sure if I trace you back, you were a time when you hung on the block. I'm sure there are things in your life that you are so far removed from that when you think about it, you're like, oh, I wish you didn't do it. Just like these young men on the block. If we don't reset them and keep feeding what is wrong with them, we will never have change. If I buck them under a mango tree, I'll tell them, listen, you see this tree here, you're enjoying the fruit of it, right? But there was a time when that seed was planted and nobody gave any regard. Until the seed finally took root, now you're appreciating this tree. But then you know what? You ignore it until it's in season.
Yeah.
So the question is simple. When did the change come? When the tree bore fruit? Or when somebody recognized that this is a seed and began the planting? If we don't cause people to appreciate the order of life, they cannot live life. And that's the problem. We sell them a quick fix instead of a permanent reality that brings fruit further and further and further. We teach our children wrong, and I will refuse to let anybody whip me with their microwave thinking. Because the solution came before the thing. This place came because behind everything, this station, was a thought. Behind that thought was a Wendall Jones. Behind everything you see started from somebody on the block who said, enough is enough now. He still had alcohol in his system and said, I am not drinking anymore. While he was drunk, he made that decision, and that decision led him to where he is today. People must realize that you're only worthless as long as your thinking is worthless. Bahamas Striping grad, $5,000, and look where he is now. He is no better than anybody, and I dare say the worst of persons on the street.
So you have to be about re-educating people on a whole lot of things, because the re-education, because a whole lot of people have been miseducated, Ruben Rahming.
Yes, sir.
And they've been miseducated to
Yes,
believe that you as the MP is supposed to make it happen.
And guess what? See, you define things for people, because see, the problem with diplomacy and communication is definitions. So fine, I can make it happen, you know, but you see, my thinking of making it happen and your thinking of making it happen is two different things. You think you're making it happen, meaning I may go steal some money, get some government track, give it to you, you don't got to do nothing, you get paid, you get money, see, that ain't helping you. My thing of making it happen, so we got to come together and reason. I can say, no, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make it happen because I'm going to make you happen. I'm going to resurrect you. I tell my people, and I've told them this before, if you're in the fight, yeah, I'm in the fight with you. But if you're sitting on the sideline, don't expect for me to waste my energy behind you. I'd rather invest the little that I have in somebody who's trying than somebody who's sitting down complaining.
That's real empowerment.
That's real empowerment. So that's the only thing that is worth the time of Ruben Rahming. I have 5 years. I don't know where God may want me to be even in 2. Because I'm totally prepared to follow the cord, even if I have to just push crack. So every day, I need to make sure that every move counts. I need to make sure that not only are they self-motivated, but I got to find the heroes around them that was just like them and show them. You see this one, remember, he used to smoke dope with you, you know. So whenever you feel like you want to recidivate back, go and remember this one. And so one of the things we're doing in the community of Pinewood is we will accentuate those heroes. We will give our people something to aspire to. We'll remind them that, yeah, people talk about Pinewood as this and that. Yeah, let me show you what in Pinewood. We get accountants in Pinewood. We get lawyers in Pinewood. We have Grammy Award winners in Pinewood. We get gold medalists in various different competitions internationally. We get young golfers in Pinewood, and golfers make more money than basketball players. We have people in Pinewood. We now have Kingsley Ferguson, the new union president in Pinewood. We have jungle groups in Pinewood. Pinewood is not lacking anything. What is lacking is we have not shared the level of respect that motivate each other to the level of greatness. We can grow strong enough that all government have to do is do what they're supposed to do, is don't hold me back. If we can motivate our children in the efforts. One of the things we're doing in Pinewood, and the attitude of the whole approach, by example, is we're showing our people, put your divisions aside. Just like sports, there's a time. All right, fine. If you're ready to be PRPF and DNA, okay, fine, let's deal with that. That's still at least 3-4 years away, so let's leave that aside. Put that one on the shelf for now. We have deliberately took the effort and consulted with all of them. Right now, everyone that has, virtually everyone, apart from the two of the really fringe smaller candidates, persons who had contended for service, not against me, for service of Pinewood, are all participating in some program in Pinewood. I thank God because there's tremendous skill in a person like Kalish Roll. He's busy, he's in the private sector, but he said, you know, I'll help wherever I can, and he's in. Lincoln Bean, he is in. Alicia Hart, she's in. Glenn Roll, she's in.
So you've solicited
they're already in, and with their skill set, they are helping us build two of our most important initiatives, and I want their signatures on it. And that is the Pinewood Foundation. I want to show our people that we are too much aware, especially from the budget debate, the limitations of our government. And we know the size of our needs. We live in a global society. And you as a businessman know well, there's more free money out there than we can shake a stick at. You must position yourself to get it. So the character of building Pinewood, our community, if we form it sufficiently, we can attract more grant money than we could ever get from the government. And I think you know well, as a businessman, that is true. If we show that Pinewood is a community that has kids programs and want to develop children, there are children's money floating around the world, and they just want a trustworthy program to put it in. If we show that Pinewood has a special care for senior citizens and persons maybe with special sickness related to old age. We have 2 senior citizens home. I don't need to run them. But if they become a part of our foundation and become a part of our identity, do you know how much money we can attract from the US and everywhere else? Real money that all they want is success in that program. If we say we're going to do something for our ex-offenders and to rehabilitate them, you know how much money is in the world? We haven't even reaching big in our government yet. It's simply because if we take our community and we say, guys, this is what we expect, because when you do this, you act this way, and these accountability structures are in place, money will come to you. So when you have a Kalish Roll who knows money and have tremendous connections, for instance, myself and everybody else, and we put our heads together and create a foundation that is not labeled by anyone, just simply for the good of Pinewood, then we have a mechanism that our people have a share in, because they realize their conduct is powering the motivation of this foundation, which draws the money to help their special needs.
So you have to get everybody to buy into that, eh?
And it's already happening.
Okay. Let's take this final break here on our program, and we'll come right back.